Hey everybody, in today's video you're going to see why this is green again. We're going to get this all painted up and put in. Hopefully install the glass, the interior. We're going to do a bunch of wiring in the engine bay. We're going to start putting this thing together, maybe even finish it. You want to see all that and more, make sure you stay tuned. Hello BSC family and welcome back to my bench. So in today's video, like I was saying, we're going to get things like all the little stuff finished up. We're going to get the steering wheel all painted and installed, right? We'll get the dash and everything all glued in and dusted off. I'm hoping to get clear coat on everything. Get the final clear coat done. We're going to do up the final painting on the engine. All right, get that installed into the chassis. So I got the exhaust to do, the alternator, stuff like that. I have all the battery cables that I've made, so we're going to get that all put in. I've got some wire loom that I made up. I showed that in the last video, and we're going to get some of that installed in the firewall and stuff like that. We got a bunch of hoses to do. But, yeah, as you see, I've got my masking glass here. And this is green once again. Now you're probably wondering, well, why is it all green again? No, paint isn't screwed up on it, hopefully. We'll see what happens when I unmask it. But what I did was I painted all the stainless trim. So this here, first I put down the AK black, the all-clad black, right? Then I used the AK extreme metal stainless steel. All right. So I did the trim, did the grill, and did the box, did the tailgate. So I'm going to unwrap this, and I'm going to bring in the box and the tailgate and show you it all next to each other so that you get a good look at what it looks like. So give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. Well, I'm back. That took quite a bit of time. There was a lot of thin lines and tape and corners and pieces. Yeah, masking takes a while. So if you're going to do any type of fancy paint job or anything like that, masking off trim, be prepared to spend a hell of a lot of time and patience masking that stuff up, painting it, and then unmasking it. It's a little easier unmasking, but trust me, it still takes a while, so you don't wreck any paint, scratch anything. We're doing good. But here, let me show you what it looks like. This is how I got it turned out. Now, nothing's sitting perfectly flat here because I'm just holding it together, but gives you a bit of an idea of what it's going to look like. I still haven't put my decals on yet. I still got door handles to paint, signal lights to paint. The rubber trim and stuff will be painted afterwards, after I clear coat it. Still got all the marker lights and tail lights and everything. Like I said, I'm kind of holding this all together. Then I still got dents and stuff to rust, but I'll do that after it's all painted. Or all cleared, I should say. But yeah, that's the way it's looking so far. I still get a kick out of how the box looks lighter than the cab at some points, and then if you turn it, it looks exactly the same. There's times the hood looks different than the cab. The candy looks darker on the cab than on the box, but now if you go this way, it goes the other way. That's the magic of pearls and candies. So, yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And, while you're down in the comments there, maybe hit that little subscribe button, and make sure that bell's turned on so you don't miss out on anything. Once the video's all done, make sure you check out in the description. give me a follow on my Instagram and my Facebook group. And if you want to help out the channel, I do have a PayPal me link down there as well. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to get it all ready to do the clear coat. Probably do the signal lights first and do a couple little touch-ups here and there. And then I can get it ready for the 2K clear. So I'm going to put that aside. We're going to get steering wheel painted. And while I'm at it, a couple of things on the engine. Now, as far as the cab, if it'll come apart, I'm holding it together, but it's staying together by itself. So you've seen that it's got the radiator and the hose and the overflow tank. I still got to paint the tops of them yet. I've got the holes drilled for the battery, so I can run those cables. I've got the hoses made for the heater core. And in the engine, I don't know if you can see this or not. I'll zoom in. Right down, right beside the fuel line, there's a pin. Looks like a hole right there, but there's a pin there. And that's for the heater hose. And then there's also one right there. You can kind of see the other one right there at the back. So that's where my heater hoses will go on, okay? It wasn't too hard, but that's where the GM heater hoses go. The radiator hose, lower rad hose goes to here. The upper one is up here, of course. You know, so we'll get that done. We'll get these painted. And I'll get some of this weathered in a little bit here because I still haven't done that. And we'll get this engine dropped in. And yeah, so we'll get that all done. And once I'm further along, I'll come back. I'll show you where I'm at. And we're going to be probably pretty close to finishing off this truck in this video. So it might be a little longer one. I don't know. Depends if I shut up long enough. See you in a few seconds. All right, everybody. Well, I've done a bunch of work under the hood. I'm going to do some more after, and I'll show you that later. But right now, I'm getting ready to do the final clear coat on the truck, like the box, the hood, tailgate, all that. It's all ready. It's all masked. So I'm going to get the clear coat mixed up, and I'm going to start spraying this, you know, and this thing is going to get quite shiny. And then once that's done, I can do the dull aluminum or chrome or whatever I'm going to do on the door handles and the corner vent window chrome. I got the flat black rubber that I need to do around the front windshield and the back window. Touch up some flat black on the tailgate and the box. And then from there I can do my marker lights on the box and the front fenders. And yeah, just go from there. So I'm going to get this going. And when I'm done with that, when it's ready to be handled, not completely cured, but ready to be handled, I'll come back. I'll show you where it's at. And I may come back before that and show you what's going on with the engine. So I'll see you in a little bit. Hey guys, sorry for jumping around and sorry for your shaky camera, but I'm kind of doing things like this and clear coat. I'll show you in a second. But anyways, exhaust is rusted up on both. So that's going good. And then we go over here. We got one coat of clear so far. Doesn't look too bad. Just letting it flash off for a few minutes. Give it a second coat. So once again, you know, that's what we're looking at. Nice and shiny so far with one coat. So again, give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. Man, this is looking good. Let me know what you think down below. Put your comments in there. Make sure to hit that like button if you're liking this paint job. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can see more videos like this. Here we go. The tailgate, the hood, That's still only 2 coats on there. And while I was at it, I started doing the frame for the wife's vehicle. This is only 1 coat on here, but this is going to need probably about 4 or 5 to bury that sparkle. That sparkle is quite thick, quite heavy. And that's normal with even real cars. You got a lot of coats of clear just to bury that sparkle. And I got a little bit of trash in a couple spots. I think a light wet sand and a nice polish. Maybe, we'll see. But I mean, 2 coats of clear, and this is what it's what it looks like. And this is just a cheap 2K clear. Pretty wild, I think. So, I'm going to spray a couple more coats on that for sure. Probably put these in a dehydrator after a little bit. I don't want to handle them too much. They're in a nice spot right now where there's no dust. I'll let them flash off so that if dust falls on them, it's not going to hurt it. And then I'll put them in my dehydrator, probably turn my Easy Bake Oven on. And if you want to see how I did this Easy Bake Oven, I'll leave a card up here in the corner for you, you know, up in this little corner. And you can see how I made my spray booth and then converted to an Easy Bake Oven, as I call it. And all this is just a, you know, heat lamp. And I can put the front on my spray booth. You know, and I've got my temperature sensor. Right now it's sitting in here just to make sure that's sitting at the right temperature, and that's for my dehydrator there, but I can take that sensor and put it over here. Right now the room is sitting at 24.1 degrees Celsius. So yeah, you can check out this video and go from there. Hopefully get back on that real soon. So I'm going to get back to the bench and finish up some work here. Probably glue that engine in the chassis and paint up a couple little things on it. So next time I come back, the clear coat should be pretty close to being handleable. And I'll have probably the engine fully painted and put in the chassis. So again, I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. Well, I went a little further than just putting the engine in. So, let me show you where I'm at here. Right now, box and cab all glued together. So I glued them first where they're supposed to be. There's pins in there and I glued that together. Let that all cure up, right? And then I went and glued the 2 locating pins up front and the back here. Let that all cure up. My exhaust, I rusted up a little bit. As you can see, the engine is in there. Hood is on, interior is in. Steering column's all painted. Back glass, front glass is in. All right, I got the 2 lenses up front here in. Tailgate, tail lights are on. I still got to finish up the light, the backup lights, and I got to do all my corner lights yet. I'll do them with some clear orange. So, with the engine, let me zoom in a little bit for you. So with the engine, that's all glued in. I put a wire on for the alternator, and the harness that goes over to the distributor, and then it'll go up to the firewall here. And that'll get glued on. The one coming from the heater core and the fan goes across, that's glued in. 2 battery cables are glued in. One goes across and down. The ground cable will go to the side of the engine. It'll bolt on there. I've got a red alternator wire. That'll go on top of the engine to the back of the alternator and go down behind where you can't see it. The master cylinder, I made wires for it, or not wires, I made hoses for it. All right, bent them up so that can glued onto the firewall, and that'll go down. And I can glue the the piping down. I still got the gas cap to put on the side here, right there. And I'm going to put the transmission mount in. That's all painted. Upper radiator hose, got to put that on. Still got to paint the radiator cap. And let's see, I'm going to make some different hoses. Because once I kind of started looking at this, I don't like where they're going to end up and stuff. So I want them to actually come across. There's one here, right? So I want it to kind of come across, mount to the side of the fender well, and then back over to the heater core. And then the other one comes from up top here. So it'll come across, along, and back over. So I'll make some new ones of those. That's not a big deal. And next thing I'm going to do, I got like things like the door handles painted and stuff like that. I do got to do the lights. But now I'm going to make some scratches where the dent, anywhere there's a dent in the back corner here, up here. There's one here. Big one down here. Right? One here. A couple here. There's a few on the inside here and there. Some on the front. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to scratch into it to make it look like the paint's cracked or flaked or whatever. And then there's also flaking all along the edges, as you can see. Some there, back here. Some stone chipping down in the bottom, all on both sides, right? So I'm going to chip that and rust those, make some cracks and some chipping using the Vallejo colors, right? A few little rust streaks, nothing major, and go from there. I forgot to do some black wash on the engine, but I'll get that done. I can do some from the top here, and I can do some underneath. I want some oil leaks and stuff, you know, so I'll get all that done. Probably not in frame, sorry about that. So yeah, put some black wash here and make some oil leaks and probably some on the diff and some exhaust leaks through here, kind of thing. Not fussy about how they did the tailpipes, but not too much I'm going to do about that right now. I should have noticed that a lot earlier, but oh well. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to get that done. Oh wait, I also did the mirrors. The mirrors are painted black, if they'll show up. How about if I go like this? There we go. So the mirrors are painted black. I also did the front emblem, so I got to put that on as well. So I'm going to get all that stuff done, and when I'm done with that, I'll come back, and it'll probably be pretty close to a final reveal. So give me some time. Hopefully I can get this done quickly, because I know I should have had a video out already, and well, I'm running late with it. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, everybody, guess what? After everything that's been going on, sorry it's taken so long to get this video out, but, you know, been moving a lot of things. You've probably been seeing some of the updates on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram and Facebook group and Facebook, the links are down in the description. You should be following me because you'd know what's going on. So, with that being said, the truck is finally done. Got the mirrors on. I'm missing my air cleaner because, well, I just don't know where the hell it went. And like I said, with everything that's going on, it may have gotten lost, garbaged, I don't know. So I put some decals on, you know, for the company name, right? You know, they're not the best decals. Like I said, they're printed at home. You know, I wish I had a laser printer, but I don't. So here's what we got. Done some rusting, did some black wash and some spots, things like that. I got the mirrors on, right? Hood's on. I got the emblem in the hood. That's where I wanted it. It's probably not where it's supposed to go, but that's where I wanted it. And like I said, I've got a whole bunch of things moved, so I'm missing one of my lamps, so I've got this portable one here off to the side. Yeah, sorry for the bad lighting, but, you know, I'll do what I can here. So again, I got some black wash in the rims, you know, some in the trim. I got the rust and stuff in different areas. You know, as you can see here, you know, the dents up top, dents in the bottom, some rust streaking, some oil or fuel streaks there, and dust and dirt. You got a couple of dents back here. Trying to get this thing to turn. There we go. Got some oil rundown on the back of the truck here, right? And if we open the tailgate, you can see dust, dirt, dents, you know, all in the back. You know, it's a parts truck. That's what it does. It's got its dent back here and dent up here. A little bit of rust running down. You know, just little things here and there. Mirrors are on. All the signal lights are done. Interior's done. Not as much dents or damage back here or up front here. It's mainly in the box area. So let me reposition a little bit here. We're going to get this hood off for you. So here we go. So like I said, changed up the heater hoses and you know, finished off running the rest of the wires. Starter wire, you know, and the heater hose or the radiator hose is on. Brake line and booster is on. You know, everything else is glued down. A couple little touch-ups I want to do that I see that need to be done actually, and yeah, I just needed to get this video out for you, so I will be doing a couple little things to it, but I'm not going to make a video on that. So if you're liking how this truck turned out and you want to see more types of vehicles and different types of rusting effects, different ways to do it, weathering, you know, hit that thumbs up for me. Leave some comments down below. If you have any questions, same thing, leave them down below. And yeah, if you haven't seen any of these updates or what's going on here in the YouTube room, make sure you follow me on Instagram and my Facebook group. Links are down in the description. And if you want to help out the channel in any way, I do have a PayPal me link down there. You can check that out too. Now, you may have noticed that I did put up a video. It wasn't up very long. I had to take it down. Reasons that may not be explained, but it will be going back up very shortly. And I'll do an update video after that as well of what that video is about. So, yeah, make sure to give me a follow. Hit that bell. Hit that sub. You know, thank you to all the subs that are here. Thank you to everybody that is viewing. Try to watch the entire videos for everybody that you watch. Watching the entire video helps out the algorithms of the channels, and it helps us out immensely. It helps us grow. So make sure you watch the video in its entirety from beginning to end, especially like my videos where I'll have information from beginning to end. And if you skip through, you're going to miss out on stuff. I'll mention things about other videos and different techniques. I'll ask questions. So if you don't watch the whole thing, you're not getting the full experience. But on top of that, the watch hours and stuff like that, it's all based on view duration. So yeah, the more of the video you watch, the more info you're going to get, and the more it helps out each and every one of us in their channels. So with all that being said, no matter what you build, just do it your way. And until next time, later.